my goodness, my goodness. I know y'all gonna be singing that all day. Half of my blood. Everybody picks apart. Well, we're gonna invite Lee Hillard from 4Runner to join.
Yay! How are you, Devon?
I'm doing good. I'm laughing because I remember how many times has your lovely wife, Vicky, been asked if she showed up with Keith Urban? You and Keith always got compared to each other. I remember it's like when Keith came on the scene, you'd go into the same room. It's like, wait a minute.
You're right, but my wife, Vicky, had a really cool answer to that. She always said, Lee was here first.
That's right. That is right.
Yeah.
You are. And first of all, before we get started talking about you and all the things that you've been up to, because we've seen you on a lot of stages over the years, but
yes.
Let's talk about 4Runner. Flashback Friday means we're going to tell what's the gang doing now.
Well, you can call it Flashback Friday, but it's going to be a flash ahead. This is this is what is so cool and exciting about what we're doing right now. We're back, Devon.
Yes!
And yes, we are back, and it's everything. Well, I know we're short on time, and I wish I could talk a lot about how it's all happening right now. And we have to tie up some loose ends with some people that are interested in getting behind us and believing in us and getting back in the corner to rebrand 4Runner. You know, because think about it. You and I, we go back.
Yes,
We go back a long way. Back in the days when, in the 90s, when the best songwriters on the planet were here in the middle of everything, creating something new. In my opinion, the 90s was like a new revolution. I mean, think about it, Devon, the people that were entering the scene. I mean, Garth Brooks and Clint Black, and then there were groups like us and Diamond Rio and Lone Star and whoever.
And the Judds. And George Strait was king, and it was a really beautiful time for country music. And
absolutely.
And it really sounded like country music, even though it had a lot of different facets to the diamond.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons, as you know, and everybody, the whole system, I mean, traditionally speaking, you had to have, in the early days, a great lyric, a killer melody, and the goods to bring it and deliver it. You had to be able to sing.
Yeah,
well,
you really did. Yeah.
And that era in the 90s proved that. There was so much great talent out, and, you know, videos were just kind of like really coming into their own and put us in your living room. And that video you just saw, you'd faint if I told you how much the record label spent to send us to Hawaii to shoot this video. I mean, it was just, it was amazing. It was mind-boggling back then, you know?
It was. I would say they were printing money. And
yes.
Ken Harrell says it's like drug dealer money.
Exactly. Yeah. Country music cartel.
Yes, it really was. Well, now I'm so excited because there's a lot of news, and I want you to come back when you've got the news where you can really tell all about it. But let's just suffice to say 4Runner is back. We're looking for more music, and I cannot wait to hear more. What are the other guys up to?
The other guys, Craig Morris is still running around the country singing with his family, and he's got a wonderful family. You know Craig, you know, and Donna, and they're two. They have a son and a daughter that's just as equally talented as those two, and they're doing some 50s, 60s, everything from pop, rock, soul, country, all in one show, and they're taking it around the country. They've been doing that for a good while.
Great.
Michael Lusk, who you know also, is he's out on the road with Crystal Gale right now, Devon.
He's always on the road with somebody.
He's always doing something, and he's a great bass player, and he's playing bass and singing vocals with Crystal. And Jim is back doing the same thing he was doing when we put the group together, which he's an art teacher at Brentwood Academy.
Oh, very cool.
And he has stayed there all those years, you know.
He was the one in the band that didn't have a main.
He didn't have a main. As a matter of fact, he was the first bald-headed guy in country music.
Yeah.
You know, there were a few other people that followed that lead that didn't have a lot of hair. They just went ahead and shaved it like he did. But he was the first one. He set the trend for that.
Lee, you've been on the road and you've sung for so many people, but the one that I always put you in with is Loretta.
Of course.
And you have sung with Loretta for how long?
Oh my goodness, I'm scared to tell you how long, but I did well over 3 decades with Loretta Lynn.
Goodness gracious.
Oh, listen, she's like my second mom.
Isn't that
I
beautiful?
mean, we were, as you know, we were still touring at the time that she unfortunately had her stroke, which has been about 4 years ago now. We were still doing 50 shows a year at that point.
My goodness.
And Devon, I got to tell you this quickly. She called me, I don't know, 6-8 months ago or whatever. And I think she was just thinking about her whole life and everything that's in her head about everything she's always done on stage. She said, Lee, what are you doing? It was a Sunday afternoon. I was watching a football game. I said, well, I'm just sitting here watching football, Loretta. What are you doing? What have you been doing? What are you thinking? What are you doing with your life now? She goes, if I can get back out on stage again, would you go with me? I said, that's about as dumb of a question I've ever heard in my life. I said, of course I would, Loretta. And I can only imagine being in her shoes where she can't go out and do the only thing she knows, But bless her heart, she's having a good time living out there on that big ranch with family that dearly love her and are taking good care of her. And she's living a good life now.
Well, and she deserves it.
Oh, absolutely.
She's our
there's only one Loretta Lynn.
Absolutely. And they broke the mold. And there are a lot of people who can I always say, you can try to do a Loretta song, but ain't nobody going to do it like Loretta.
No.
Well, I love you like lunch and jewelry, Lee, and I want you to come back on as soon as we can tell the big news. Is that okay?
What would even be cool is to get the rest of the guys and we just sing something over the phone.
Oh my gosh, that would work perfectly.
We should do it. But we're jazzed about the opportunity, Devon. We really are, because I feel like there's a void out there, and I think a lot of people feel like, hey, let's just bring back some good substance, in song material and
Yes.
everything. Because, there's nothing wrong with what's going on out there today. I don't know. I guess I'm left a little cold with substance, and I think there's a void for that.
Oh, there definitely is. And that particular song, Cains Blood had a lot of substance in it. A lot of people thinking it really is because, I always say it's like that old Native American story about the two wolves living inside us.
Yeah.
Dark and a light wolf, and which one grows?
Yeah.
Which one is the strongest? The one that you feed.
Yeah, exactly.
That's Cains Blood.
Well, on the bridge of that thing, there's an angel and a devil playing tug of war with my soul. It says it all. Mm-hmm. It's a daily battle.
And we get to make a choice.
We do have to make a choice, yes.
Well, I love spending time with you, and you look fantastic. Nice shirt, by the way. We always laugh. It's like when we have to go be on camera, it's like from the waist up, we have to be presentable.
Oh, well, yeah. I'm only dressed from the waist up, so if my doorbell rings, I'm not going to go answer it in my underwear.
Well, tell Vicki I said hey. And
I certainly will. And it's an honor to just do this again with you, because you bragged on me. I'm going to brag a little on you. If I'm on Facebook and I'm scrolling and you're doing one of these type of podcast things, I can't help but watch because of your aura, what you bring. You do it better than anybody. I've been doing this all my adult life, and I have never, ever seen anybody that can top what you do. Your smile alone can make somebody's week.
Lee, thank you. You're so kind.
Well, you're just you're the bomb.
Thank you.
You are the bomb, and I'm honored to do this with you.
Well, bless your heart. Thank you so, so much. Well, it's Wear Red Day, so we encourage people to support the Heart Association. And we're going to go off now to an interview with our friends in Rutherford County. They've got a big heart ball coming up.